Father Seraphim Rose has a really good book, Age of Nihilism, right? And instead of seeing that and running away to the woods and leaving it all behind, in my mind, I say, why don't we grab our flag, plant it, stake it in the ground, and say, no, we're going to fight back. That's kind of what this is a small part of.
We have to reclaim the culture. Because ultimately, that's what people don't understand, is that we don't live in a bubble.
No.
Right? We are impacted by our culture, and by extension, we should impact that culture. And I think when Christianity as a whole, people who claim to be Christians, okay, as a whole, all of the denominations and everyone else, including, Orthodox Christians, looking at the world and saying, hey, there's not anything there compatible. We need to just kind of take, the Benedict option on this, just kind of bug out and go live our lives. And it just doesn't work, because the culture is not going to leave you alone.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's eventually going to come to your doorstep.
It's going to come to your doorstep, and all you did is you enabled that. And, there's a famous statement that I'm sure many have heard before, and I don't know, it's always impacted or always kept with me, and kind of guided a lot of what I've done is, evil prevails when good men do nothing, and that's when I kind of see this problem. When we stopped fighting the cultural war, we basically ceded it to the enemy.
Yep.
And now we're seeing that. I mean, I remember the defining moment when that changed, okay, when all the mostly Protestants, Baptists or whatever, were fighting against rock music, the explicit lyrics in rock music in the 80s. And they were very ill prepared to fight that battle, and they just basically got trounced. And that was the last time I ever remember hearing anything about that. That was the last time that anyone who claimed the title of Christian put up a resistance to something going on in the culture, because they failed so poorly, so bad. And since then, it was like, okay, this is beyond us. We're gonna go surrender, essentially, and defeat. And, now 40 plus years later, look what we have. We should be, to your point, we need to plant that flag in the heart of the enemy and become a voice in at least the cultural dialogue, at least have our voice. Because if we don't, and Christ is clear about this, right? About being the light to the world, right? And the salt of the earth. All these things, like, we are to bring our faith into the world, not hide it away.
Yeah.
Under a bushel, as he says, right? We have to live our faith. This is one of the ways I think we do it.